So, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, Mindset Monday. I want to know, how was your weekend? How did things go for you? What were you focusing on? How are you starting your day? Are you starting your day in haste? Are you starting your day with like maybe regret or sadness or frustration because, hey, it's Monday? Maybe you haven't had your cup of coffee. Maybe you have a belief that Mondays are the worst days. Maybe you struggle because feel like you need one more day for the weekend, or maybe you went to homecoming and you had the best time, so you need that little extra hour to sleep, but you can't. So you're starting your day from the energy of not enough. I want to encourage you to take some time right now this morning and just think of 10 things that you're grateful for. And the gratitude doesn't have to be big things, it can be small things like being grateful that you are awake this morning. Because believe it or not, there are some people who don't even get to have this pleasure, simply being awake. Good morning to the person that's watching. I want you to take some time really and give thought to 10 things that you're grateful for. Are you grateful that you get to be in your home, whatever your home is, whether it's small or large, a room in someone else's house, whether it is an apartment, your home? Be grateful because there's someone who woke up this morning who don't have that. For me this morning, I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful that my family is safe. This weekend, driving to Andy's homecoming in the middle of the morning because I went there to be a vendor to sell my books because I really am determined to get these books into the hand of every child in America, right? Eventually around the world. And I need a better method than vending events, but right now that's the method I have. 4 o'clock in the morning, we have to leave home in the dark. We hit a deer, or I should say, a deer hit us, and it really tore out the front of the car. And it really made me feel like scared and terrified initially, and then a moment of discouraged because we had done all this to prepare to get to Greensboro. And my husband said, the lights still work, the car still moves, we're still going. And we did. But when we got back and from being exhausted, from literally feeling like we was up for 24 hours, we just had to take a moment and just thank God. Like we gave thanks that everything was okay, but we was in movement. We was just moving from one thing to the next, moving from one thing to the next, which is what we tend to do. We don't slow down enough. Slow our hearts and our minds down enough to just be in the moment. So we have so much to be grateful for because we are so aware that that accident could have went a completely different way. So I want you to take time to be intentional about gratitude. So often we are moving and we're so busy trying to get to the next thing. I'm totally guilty of it. We want to hit the goals. We want to, grow in our marriage. We want to make out more money. We want more. But are we taking time to be grateful for what we have right now? Like there is the wonderful power of being grateful is it brings you to present moment. And if you just take time, like I remember for my birthday last year, and I like to do this every birthday, I started my morning trying to think of 52 things that I was grateful for. And as I was saying my things, I recorded myself, I listened to it recently. Tears welled up in my heart and in my voice, and I'm on the video, I'm on the audio, and I'm crying because we miss it. We miss how blessed we are because we're so busy looking to see what other people have, and we don't realize all the amazing things that God has blessed us with. How many opportunities and pleasures and treasures that we've experienced in life. Listen, when I think about that, as I used to say, I'm a little black girl, is the way I used to say it, from Ahoskie, North Carolina, and that God blessed me, that I've literally walked on the Great Wall of China. Like no one can take that from me. I can't make enough money to fill my heart with the joy of having that opportunity. That I am from this small town where honestly, growing up, no one encouraged. I don't even know if anybody ever mentioned the Great Wall of China outside of maybe in a history class. And the sad thing is, from my understanding, they're not even teaching history anymore. So, what are our children going to dream about seeing? But what have you seen? Where have you been? I was so excited because I saw on Facebook my sister and her husband was in Paris. I've been to Paris, and I have this thing about like when something is good to me, I want it to be good for other people. I want other people to have that experience. So my heart was so full, and I was so excited for her and so happy for her because I know what it's like to be in Paris. And she got to go to Berlin, I think they were in. I didn't get to have that experience, but listen, I think is a wonderful, I think the best gift you can ever give yourself that God can bless you with is being in other countries because we tend to think that the world is what we think it is based on our limited perspective. The world is so much more. And there are kind people everywhere. Yes, you can get in the mindset that people are mean and bad things happen. That happens everywhere. But I'm just telling you, if you allow yourself to get into gratitude for the opportunities, the beautiful places that you've been, the wonderful people that you've met, the people that maybe have come and gone in your life, the love that you get to express. One thing I heard Tony Robbins say years ago, he said that we were created for love, and the hardest thing to do is to withhold love. And some of us are in marriages and, we're withholding love because our spouse made us mad. I want you to be grateful that you have the spouse. If you're single, be grateful that you're single because guess what? You don't have the woes that a married person has. But I get it. You might think, but I want to be married. And I desire, if that's your desire, I hope you have that. But I'm just inviting you to be grateful for what you have right now, where you are. Like my son is dealing with muscle problems and we don't know what it is. But I'm so proud of him because I know he's scared and we talk about that, but he gets up, he moves, he do all the things. Like this weekend, he was helping us lift boxes and we was like, Bryce, you don't have to lift the box. He says, listen, the muscles don't feel right, but I got my strength. And we said, well, we're grateful that you have your strength. So we let him lift up those boxes because we don't know what this is. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful my son is here. I'm grateful that we get to laugh together. I'm grateful for the moment. I encourage him to be grateful. Left side feel funny, how the right side feel. We're going to be grateful for the right side. We're going to put all our focus on that. Got a little bit feeling yesterday in the lower part of his leg. He was like, now, this is weird. I can feel this part of my leg, but not this part. We're grateful for that. Learn gratitude. Gratitude shifts everything. It changes everything. It brings you to the moment where you recognize you are extremely blessed, regardless of what you think your situation is. But when you're focusing so much on the future, you're missing the right now. And when your mind locks you into all the things you should have done differently, it fills you with sadness and regret. But the Bible talks about peace, be still. Peace, be still. Be present right here in the moment. And this is where you will find the fullness, the presence of God right in the very moment. So today and this morning, I encourage you, just be grateful. 10 things, write them down if you need to. But be intentional about thinking of writing down, recording some way. I think one of the coolest things is a voice memo. Um, Record 10 things that you're grateful for. So later this afternoon, when you're having a rough time, when things aren't going the way you want them to go, when your mind maybe does go to worry, anger, frustration, disillusion, wherever your mind takes you, if you do it as a voice memo, you can go back and listen to yourself being grateful. It changes everything. It can begin to rewire your subconscious. Write it down. You get to read it. Now, I encourage you to read it out loud. Words are powerful. And gratitude is a high energy frequency, right? So we know with God, He tells us all the time, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And that is because God knows when we give thanks, It puts us in his very presence. And so we operate from a different energy, a different mindset, a different heart set. And I want that for you today. I pray that you have an amazing day. I pray that you remember it is your thoughts that's creating your decisions and your decisions that's leading to your destiny. And I pray that you would like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Have an amazing